Tim Young, good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Did I hear a guffaw or a giggle or something while I read that forecast?
Not at all. No,
Not at
I think
all.
weather's a very serious matter.
Well, exactly right.
You know, it could get rained on. I need a brolly, perhaps. All sorts of permutations and possibilities.
Rained on. Yeah, right. How do you spell your name? Are you T-Y-M?
Oh, steady. Hey, you know what? You could be T-Y-M-M-O-T-H-I-E. There you go, Timothy.
Timothy. There is within the ABC, there's a James in the ABC.
Yeah.
J-A-Y-M-Z.
Oh, no.
And
You
it
serious?
No, I'm serious. Yeah.
How old are they?
I don't know. I imagine he's been around for a while, so 20 to 30-ish, I would guess. And the reason I ask is because with the new prince, they were saying an AM, because he's seventh in line for the throne.
I heard that, yeah.
He doesn't have to have a traditional name.
Yep.
And probably won't be His Royal Highness or
No,
anything
that's
like that. So I'm wondering if you don't have to have a traditional name, well, maybe you could have a traditional name, but with a different spelling.
Oh,
As is
James,
the
yeah.
Yeah.
James, or, you know, it's what you're setting your kid up for is that every time they say their name, they're going to have to spell it. They're going to have to be that person.
Yeah.
Like, it's borderline child abuse.
Or when they write it down, someone says, "I'm sorry, what's your name?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It's like getting a kid to be a Carlton supporter. You know, it's
My child chose to be a Carlton supporter. Thank you
Really?
very much. Yeah. He liked the logo.
oh, really?
Yeah. Picked it on the logo, on the style. Thought that
That's
looks
working
good.
out well for them,
I'll
I'm
have that.
sure.
Yeah, he's keen. There is an SMS here from Andrew. It says, call him Hegan.
Hegan.
A combination of Harry and Meghan.
That's very good.
I like that. Thank you, Andrew, for that.
Mary.
Marry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
M-H-A-R.
Doesn't sound masculine enough.
I was in the IGA the other day in a part of Ballarat, and I was served by an ebony, spelt E-B-A-N-I-E.
A-N.
Yeah.
Ebony.
Ebony.
Pronounced ebony.
It's exotic.
See, you're going to get in trouble now, Tim.
Why is this?
Or because someone with an oddly spelt name will take exception to your...
As they should.
All right, that's
It's
fine.
part of it's part of the puzzle. If you're going to have an exotic name,
Yep.
you got to, like, I met a kid whose name was Storm, young boy, and his name was Storm.
Okay.
Yeah, don't do this.
That's a
Don't
fine-sounding, solid, busy name.
don't pretend you're okay with it.
Storm by name, storm by nature.
That's exactly.
Teachers will love the child.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, your child is full of life.
Yeah.
Your
I
chi-
knew a boy called Steele, which is
What?
actually a name. S-T-E-E-L-E.
Well, still Sidebottom, who plays for the Pies, I believe.
Proper
Do you-
name.
I think we spoke about him previously. He was voted the best name in sport worldwide.
Worldwide.
Yeah, by an American group.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Obviously, they weren't busy that week.
it's a cool name though.
Here's a suggestion: Huey after his grandpa. That's a bit mean, Steve. Another suggestion: just mate.
Mate,
Call him mate.
digger,
Yeah.
champ.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, look, names are a funny one. There's, I heard a story about a lady who took home her twins from the hospital, and the names of the twins later on down the years were Twin A and Sheila, because when the kids were in the things in the hospital, there was Twin A and Twin B, and she liked Twin A, so the kid remained Twin A.
Twin A. Oh.
Twin A and Twin B.
Yeah. I've heard of two children, brother and sister. One's called Ocean, one's called Indy, which is fine until they get called at the park, and it's Indy and Ocean. Come on in.
See what you're doing to your kids there.
Yeah.
I met a lady and her name was Kim Beasley. So, and that's just bad luck. That's just bad luck. Yeah. She can't help that.
No, it's up there with Steve Martin, really. It was a bit of bad luck, particularly through the 90s.
Well, of course, yeah. Well, you would have been mistaken,
Yeah.
My father had a student when he was a lecturer. Who, their name was Stephen, you'll enjoy this, Stephven.
No.
Yes.
PHVE.
Yeah, foot in both camps.
It's just wrong. SMS.
Oh, hang on, we're not all right with that one, is that what you're saying?
No, you can't. You can't adapt, Stephen.
You can't have your cake and eat it too,
Say
mate.
hi to Tim Young from his famous postie.
Oh, yeah.
You know who that is?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I do, yeah. Hi back, yeah. Oh, it's good to have him listening.
Paulie is a suggestion.
With an IE?
Yeah. How about Cecil or Felix? How many ways can you spell Stevie? Stevee.
Oh, dear. Really? No, we can't be doing
Prince Stephen.
Prince Stephen.
I wonder if there's ever been a Prince Stephen.
Oh, I reckon you might find one way back.
And there is just Tim, T-Y-M. Just Prince Tim.
Where did this TYM stuff come from?
Well, because I
Find me one.
I could Google it, you know. What about Nugget or Bonza? Prince Nugget.
Prince Nugget, Nougat.
Yeah. Oh, giving it a continental flavour.
Indeed. Well, you know, it's got to have some link left, haven't they?
True.
So I came really...
Dweezil? That's on the SMS.
Frank Zappa's kids, isn't it?
Yeah. Another one just says hip hip hooray.
Hip Hip Harry.
Hip hip Harry. Yeah, well, you can
So
do
there
that.
you go.
Righto.
See what I did there?
Now, you had a topic.
Yeah, I did. It was
We
just...
kind of stomped all over it.
Oh, sort of. But it leads in nicely to it. It's about getting the basics in life right.
Which are?
Well,
What are the basics in life?
well,
Tim?
firstly, naming your
Please
kids
explain.
properly.
Yeah, okay.
There should be some sort of oversight. So,
Oversight committee.
well, I know in some of the, I can't remember which Scandinavian country it is, but you actually have to get your name cleared before you name your child to prevent your Dweezils and your Tim with a Y getting out.
Right.
Yeah. So I think it was Iceland, but I can't recall off the top of my head.
In Iceland, or is it the Faroe Islands? I think it's Iceland, where you're given a name and then you have your father's or your mother's name and the fact that you're a daughter or a son.
Yeah, Sigmund Daughter or something.
Yeah,
He's a famous
something like
athlete.
that. Yeah. So everyone knows who everyone is.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, they got it sorted.
Practical.
Indeed.
I was doing a media literacy workshop the other day with Mount Clear College. There were year 10, 11 and 12 students. And we had these fake news headlines, and they had to determine what was fake news and what was real news. And you put the thing up on the slide thing. Like, oh, no, that's real, this is fake, whatever. There was one out of the US where somebody was named after an emoji. They didn't actually have a name, it was just an emoji symbol.
Oh, that's real.
No, it was fake. Yeah.
That's the thing. It's very close. It's going to happen.
It's too close to the truth. So you look at this stuff and you think, yeah, okay, maybe it is.
What was the emoji?
A
happy face?
I think it was happy face. Yeah. Knackers?
Knackers.
Is another suggestion.
No.
Zorro for the new Royal.
Jeez, it's brought him out this morning. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
it has.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So what brought this on was I was in a shop in Melbourne, in Fitzroy, I think it was,
Yes.
upon recollection, and a gentleman walked in, obviously of the hipster ilk, had a man bun and, you know,
As you do.
dishevelled yet wealthy appearance, and was sans shoes. No shoes.
No shoes.
No
in
shoes.
public.
Middle of the day. Middle of the day. Obviously not, you know, fully compass, you know, just chose not to wear shoes out because that's an imperialist construct, apparently.
Was he wearing tie-dye?
No. Raw linen. So that's the tie-dye you wear when you're not wearing tie-dye.
Okay, yep.
And it just made me think, like, it's a basic thing, isn't it? Put your shoes on.
Did you say that?
No.
Why not?
Well, it's not my...
Didn't you wander up quietly alongside him, whisper in his ear, say, shoes, mate.
Yeah.
Forget your shoes.
What do you think you would have gone, oh, thanks very much.
Yeah.
Forgot them.
Offer him yours.
Go and get his hemp sandals out of the car and away we go. No, it just, I don't know, it bugged me. And so it made me go on a bit of a rant and come up with some other stuff.
Oh, right. So we're slipping back into old misery guts
Yep.
again, are we?
Yeah,
Right.
well, people seem to like it. So.
Okay.
Well, watch where you're walking.
Yep.
So get off your phone. I was in, and I think I've spoken to you this about before. I was in Swanston Street around lunchtime, about 30,000 people on the footpath.
Yep.
And two things happened. There was a person on their phone texting while they were walking.
Yes.
And there was another person, and get this, reading a book while they were walking.
Yeah, I saw someone doing that here, crossing the road the other
Like
day.
up, like they're right in front of their
Oh,
face.
no, it was down. They were looking down, though.
But what you're doing then is you're saying to the rest of the walkers around, you need to look out for me.
Mm.
Whereas, no, we shouldn't. Take care of yourself.
And this is where I bring Harry and Meghan back in.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy
Because
this. Yeah.
when our children were young, I would be in charge of the stroller.
Couldn't think of anyone better.
And when somebody would be walking towards me looking at their telephone, I would not deviate.
Good.
And people would suddenly see a stroller charging towards their shins.
A single stroller or a...
Oh, it was a double.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it had the
That's a good
the
meter.
little one up the front.
That's a good meter wide.
No,
isn't
it
it?
wasn't wide.
Oh,
It was front and
like a fighter jet.
Well, yeah, exactly. One sitting up on top and
Yeah.
one in behind.
Yeah.
Not the really low slung expensive ones because we couldn't afford that. So one would be sort of
Yeah.
propped up on the top, and suddenly there'd be a stroller at their shins and a kid in their face.
Fantastic.
And they go, "Oh, sorry." I go, "Yes,
Yeah, you
yes,
should be.
Yes,
That's
you
right.
are."
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. They need to look out for themselves.
And cyclists on footpaths, mammals, middle-aged men in lycra,
Yes.
going to the cafe, riding on the footpath. I would just not deviate.
Excellent.
Straight out of
You're my new hero.
Yeah. It was fun. It was a
Cyclists
game.
come in for a mention here too.
Oh, really?
Well,
Quickly.
don't ride in a large peloton down Scott Parade
Yeah.
and then be annoyed when people go past you in an unfriendly manner. Like, don't ride 3 abreast and about 10 deep.
Don't.
Like you're in Tour de France.
No.
What?
Because the SMS now.
I'm not saying they can't do it. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying that perhaps it's not the most socially responsible way to carry on.
Okay. You sure?
I'm sure I'm going to work in 10 minutes. You're the one that's going to have to wear all the texts.
I know. 0467 842 722. I'll just say it really quickly. That whole no shoe thing isn't going to last long in Ballarat.
No.
Get to about July, a few minus overnight temps. That'll be rethought.
Indeed.
SMS,
Yeah. Winter's a good even-er outerer.